Even when Benji Marshall is not playing, he is in the spotlight. Today, the West Tigers continue their premiership defence, knowing they will be without their superstar pivot for the rest of the season. They do so against the toughest of opposition, the Canterbury Bulldogs. Good afternoon, we are at Telstra Stadium. You're watching Nine Sunday Afternoon Rugby League, a clash between our last two premiership title winners. Although coming into this round 17 affair, the Dogs much better placed. They are 5th on the competition ladder, the Tigers back in 10th. And Phil Gould, always a good feeling when these two sides come together. No Origin stars today, 3 missing for the Bulldogs. Brett Hodgson out for the Tigers, but from what we've seen from Shannon McDonald the last couple of weeks, he could be a real thorn for the Dogs.
He is. He's a little bit like Darius Boyd at the Broncos. Now, they're so talented, they force their way into the side, not in their favourite position. Fullback is actually his preferred position. Now, last week he was outstanding in a losing effort up there against the Panthers. He split them up. He's got great footwork, brilliant speed, great anticipation, and he's just one of another rising young stars in the game. And the opportunity today to play at the back in his favourite #1 jersey, I think will bring the best out in him. I'm also thinking this is going to be an exciting game, Peter. The last few weeks we've seen the Bulldogs side. Other teams have got into the arm wrestle with them, tried to grind over the top of them. Can't do that to the Doggies, and I don't think the Tigers will try to. They'll throw it around. That'll bring the likes of Shannon McDonald into the play.
All right, let's have a look at the lineup. Speaking of McDonald, he is the fullback for the Tigers this afternoon. On the wings, Taniela Tuaki and the experienced Shane Elford. In the centres, Dean Collis will partner Jamal Alisi, formerly a Bulldog player, in fact played most of his 2 years at that club in the centre position. Now, the changes are around the half. Scott Prince, a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. He moves to 5'8" and will skip to the side. Robbie Farah, normally their creative hooker, will play in the #7 jersey. A great battle this afternoon between the front six. Ben Gallier at lock forward, Chris Hyington and Todd Payton, the second rowers. Keith Galloway, a run on start for him. Stuart Flanagan and John Skandalis. Their interchange, Bronson Harrison and Dean Hallertau. Ryan O'Hara and Rangi Chase comes in for Sam Harris. He will share the dummy half duties with Stuart Flanagan. They are coached by Tim Sheens. 511 first grade games under his belt. He is our most experienced NRL coach.
And it may be a home game here for the Tigers at Telstra Stadium, but it's also the home ground of the Bulldogs, and their fans and players will feel very comfortable in this atmosphere. Let's look at the line. Luke Patton is at fullback, Matt Utai and Hazem El Masri on the wings. In the centres, and it's Cameron Phelps and Willie Tonga. The half 5'8" combination of Daniel Holdsworth and Brent Sherwin are gaining confidence all the time. In the back row, here he is, the big fella, number 11, Sonny Bill Williams. He's been hibernating out in the centres. He's back where he belongs in the forwards today. Andrew Ryan should be in the New South Wales side, and Rennie Matua. Up front, Jared Hickey, number 15, gets a start for the side. Tony Grimaldi and Roy Azatazi. Big news about his signing with a new club tomorrow, I believe. On the interchange bench, Chris Armett, Daniel Irvine, Brad Moran and Dallas McElwain. They're coached by Steve Folkes.
And these two sides did meet back in round 2. A big win to the Dogs on that occasion. We expect today to be much, much closer.
It is a very big day for both teams. They are locked in this race for the semi-finals in September, and both teams with wishes of being back here the first Sunday night in October. Split down the middle, the support for both teams. Andrew Ryan back, wanting Lee back from Origin duty, and the West Tigers with Scott Prince leading them out. This time last year they were actually 12th on the ladder before they launched that incredible run all the way through to the premiership. They find themselves in 10th position going into today, round 17. Scotty Prince has got Robbie Farah as his halves partner today. Now, this is his little pre-game ritual. It's down to the corner, digs up a little patch of earth, rubs it over the hands and will come back up to centre field. Something we've found with Scotty Prince. He's coming in from the wing after he does all that. Tigers on 16 points, Bulldogs on 20. And right at the moment, 18 competition points will have you inside the top 8. And for that matter, 22 points will have you in the top 4. Paul Simpkins, referee. Right. Tigers from right to left for the first half. And underway. Off the boot of Shannon McDonald. He goes for the high start to the match. They did that last week. They found open space. And the Dogs get first use of the football. looking to snap a sequence they got going at the moment of win-loss, win-loss. They've done that for 6 consecutive weeks.
And Andrew, they've made a late change. The Tigers, Dean Hallertau is out there in jersey 15 in the run-on side as Luke Patton tries to establish an overlap. He's tackled 45 from his own line.
Flanagan, the player not out there. And now Sonny Bill gets his first charge up, and as far as the 40-metre line out from the Tigers line. And in fact, the penalty will go the way of the Bulldogs. Jamal Alisi is pinched there. First set of 6, and the Bulldogs are going to be on the attack deep inside Tigers territory as a result of this. Former Bulldog, 2 years at the club. Still yet to get a try for the Tigers. Played in every game this year, now the Bulldogs. And up they come with young Hickey. In the starting side, 20 metres out, terrible play, the ball, he lost it. Play on as the call, Grimaldi away with Phelps.
And we've got a problem here from the tackle of Todd Payton on the big fellow Hickey. Immediate concern from a West Tigers teammate I'm sure it is Todd Payton under there. John Skandalis over the top of him with Andrew Leeds. Yeah, he's just got the edge of the elbow accidentally of the man carrying the football. Heavy contact. 2 big men coming together, and he also copped John Skandalis on the fall back down.
Back on his knees now, Todd Payton straight away. Great concern. My concern initially was with the play the ball of Hickey. Seemed to lose control of it. Play will continue with the Bulldogs only 9 metres out from the line, and Payton, quite incredibly, is going to take up his position in the defensive line as Phelps has a little stab. Taken low down on the tackle of Galea. Only 2 metres out. Grimaldi drifts right across, throws very deep for Holdsworth. They keep it coming out for Ryan with a fend on Prince. Ryan for the corner. Scrambling and sliding across. Collis there in defence. Utai acting half. 5 metres out. Bad ball, well handled by Holdsworth. Kept going for Patton. Their support on the outside. Ran around the back of Matua. Now Phelps. Phelps gets to the end goal. He's held up right on the line. Last tackle for the Bulldogs. Enormous pressure early on the Tigers. Grimaldi, another crook pass for the first receiver. Sherwin on for Holdsworth. Tigers come up. Sherwin loses the ball. Hickey was offside. Comes up with the ball. Well, how was that continuing? Last tackle still. As Atazi with it. And has wrapped up 5 metres out from the line. Changeover. Roy doesn't know about it. Tigers hang on. Well, there's no easing into this game. It's full throttle right from the word go.
That was an incredible passage of football, wasn't it? The ball was going everywhere. People, arms and legs and all over the place. I can't believe that it wasn't touched there by the Tigers player. Probably should have been 6 again.
And Tigers working forward with a little inside ball there. They've got Hallertau playing the dummy half roll. And now Payton. That's a quick recovery, held in the tackle of Matua. Short of the 30-metre line. And now Galloway, not quite a full head of steam up for that run, still able to offload in the Hickey tackle. There's a chance on the right-hand side here for the Tigers, and out to Collis. Collis down the right wing. His support outside. He may not need it. He goes to the inside. With it is McDonald. 11 metres out from the line. And Tigers, they stretch it wide. They open the Bulldogs right up. Prince with the ball. 10 out. Farah, left foot kick. Gets it to the in-goal. Phelps is back there. And Phelps will be held in goal for a line dropout.
Well, that's exactly how I expected the Tigers to play today. I said in the pre-match that teams in recent weeks have got into the arm wrestle with the Bulldogs and come off second best. But this ability to keep second phase play, and zingo, out it goes, out to the speed men. And they've got plenty of those in this team. The Tigers realise they need to score a lot of points today. That'll bring the young fullback McDonald into play. Enterprising football. And a warning shot over the bow of the Bulldog ship that we're not here to arm wrestle, we're here to play.
Sherwin, the line drop out. Fielded 45 metres out from the Bulldogs line. Another run up for the former Shark Galloway. Looking for a quick play the ball, puts Payton to the marker quite easily. Hallertau was sliding as he passed. Look at this, they're 22 metres out from the line, having withstood an early challenge from the Bulldogs. Now it's the Tigers on the ball, lost ball. Farah can't get to it. Bulldogs come up with it. Let's go to the sideline this afternoon. Duties with Tim Gilbert.
Yeah, 16 degrees, little or no breeze to speak of. There is the possibility of a shower or two this afternoon. No sign of that at this stage. We just saw Robbie Farah with that grubber kick. Big afternoon for him. The first time starting in the number 7 for the West Tigers. In the 4 games that they have had no Benji Marshall, they've only won 1.
And Bulldogs in possession with Williams on halfway, still looking to offload despite 3 in the tackle. And now Grimaldi and Holdsworth, cut-out ball, working left side. Gee, this game is open right up early. It's sensational for Tonga. Wrapped up in the tackle of Prince. Both teams really playing football, really making this ball sing. 15 metres out from the line. Bulldogs turn to be on the ball. Sherwin is held low down in the tackle of Payton. 10 metres out from the line. Grimaldi with it. Little jink out of acting half. They'll get the try. Now Hickey who goes over. Jared Hickey off the bench into the starting side. 114 kilos, just plunges over the line.
We said a good feeling before this game despite some stars missing. End-to-end stuff. Tigers made the first big bust. And then Tony Grimaldi. Willie Tonga got outside Scott Prince. First came back for Willie. That enabled Sonny Bill Williams to come comfortably to the back of the scrum. And as we freeze it there, he's a very clever player, Tony Grimaldi, no matter what he's wearing. That's the gap he's trying to open up for this man who comes back at a good angle as play continues. He comes back inside where the gap was, and the defender, by the time he'd looked up, the big fella was almost already gone.
Have a look at him. He is a big fella too. Big Jared Hickey. He came on against the Storm last week, played really well, I thought. He'll remember that. His first ever try in the top grade.
11 minutes out, El-Masri successful. 4 becomes 6, as it so often does at the Bulldogs. And what a moment for young Jared Hickey in 9 Sunday football, getting himself a big pie. 6-0 the Bulldogs. Sunday football at Telstra Stadium, and Shannon McDonald goes a little deeper with this restart of play. Fielded by Sherwin and Azatazi. Expecting an announcement at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, or at least that is when he's going to inform South Sydney if he's coming or going elsewhere. Remember those fans confident he'll be there. 5-year contract they're talking. Bulldogs in possession. Williams getting a lot of work early. Taken in the tackle of Payton. That tackle number 3 just outside the Bulldogs 20. Here's Ryan. Running across field. They met back in round 2, and this man, Hazem El-Masri, 34 points. Scored 4 tries, kicked 9 goals. That was quite a night out for Hazem, and he's continued those point-scoring deeds right through the season. Top of the charts. Sherwin's kick got the bump as he got it away down to the wing of Tuiaki. Got a difficult bounce right at the last moment.
He did well to take that one in. A good chase from the Dogs. And the impressive thing about the attacking ability of these two football teams is that their big men don't get in the way. The Tigers, so good, their big men on the fringe of the ruck. When Collis made the big bust, it was Chris Hyington out there, knew that he had to just catch and pass. The Dogs have got similar personnel, as you see the standings coming into this round 17 game.
15 metres inside their own half, and here's Skandalis in his final year for the Tigers, almost back to halfway. Good tackle front on Grimaldi. Halatau sends them left with Payton. Over the top came Sherwin, low down was Phelps. 5 inside the Bulldogs half, last tackle, they're going to run it across. Prince is the kicker, goes very high to the wing of Utai. He's 10 metres out from his own line, he was never going to get anywhere near it. Ball comes from Collis, oh Utai's got it. He got it at the last moment, he's taken in goal.
What a great kick from Scott Prince. So many sides in recent weeks, including Queensland in Origin 2, have gone to the 2 passes wide for the kicker. And Scott Prince, he summed it up beautifully. He's put up a high, spiralling kick. Matt Utai, the ball swinging around, swaying, didn't get close to it, but fortunately was able to get in a position to take the bounce despite the attention of Collis and other chasers.
It's a smart man who knows his limitations. He had to look at that, he had another look, and he said, no, I'll have a look at the second bounce.
And Galloway with the ball. It was a big line dropout, went over halfway. Might be more coming, Matt. Look out on that left wing for the Bulldogs. That's not to say Haslam won't get some work out on the right wing. Ball comes loose. Error by the Tigers. Hyington.
I don't think it'll go unnoticed either that Scott Prince had players over on the outside there to run the ball on tackle 5 if he would have liked. So a few kicks back to Utah to keep him busy back there, and then maybe a tackle 5 run the ball could come into play later on. They've got to control the ball though, the Tigers. Can't hand it over cheaply to the Dogs.
Scrum on the Bulldogs' 40-metre line, and Sherwin gets them across with Patton. Then good jarring defence, Lalisi. They're going to say too high, then back chat, march 10 to halfway. It's second time that Lalisi has found himself involved in a tackle that has seen a penalty today.
That is ridiculous.
Gee, that's...
I've seen some stupid ones. That is ridiculous. That was a great shot.
It's a wonderful shot.
Well, it's put the Bulldogs 25 metres out from the line, and Roy Asatasi comes forward, taken there by Galea and Farah. Devil of a job to get him to ground. Grimaldi has made an excellent start to the game. Put the pass on for the first try. Here's Sonny Bill, that one-handed carry. Tackled by Galloway. Over the top was Halatau. 15 out. Centre field. They're going to come back to the right. Sherwin wants a little switch. Nice play with Patton. But still not able to offload. But now they're only 8 metres out from the line. Roll of the ball going the way of the Bulldogs right now. Sherwin, cut-out pass. Hickey's involved again. Patton with it. He hit the deck, I almost think, deliberately there. Thought he was in danger of having an obstruction play with Hickey in front of him. Now Holdsworth out for Utah. 5 metres away and 3 defenders across there. And last tackle for the Bulldogs, right in the corner. They come back for their number 6, Holdsworth. Gets a low kick in, fielded there on the full by Lalisi. Into the field of play. Most unusual kick. Not a great deal of height to it. And now the Tigers, they attack again. Elford's away. Over the 40. Now McDonald got away from Patton. And Matua comes across. And pretty odd with the tackle that has upended him head first over the sideline.
Yes, did he get into a dangerous situation? Great work from the Tigers, especially Jamal Lalisi, to take a difficult kick, get back into the field of play, and then get a quick play the ball going. Elford saw that he had the flyer on the outside in McDonald. Patton did well one-on-one to stop him, and then Rennie Matua picks him up between the legs and drags him over the sideline. I've seen that pulled up before.
No question, though, McDonald was looking to find the ground, I guess you could say. He was desperate to stay in the field of play. And Sherwin away from Ryan. Question was, did the ball go over the sideline when he let it go? Here's McDonald. Bulldogs 35 metres out from the line. Grimaldi, Holdsworth, and Sonny Bill Williams. Looking to stand in the tackle of Galea. Finished off over the top by Lalisi. A little slow getting to his feet was Williams. Here's Patton. Patton through one side, out the other, then Sherwin. Only 11 metres from the line. Desperate defence from Galea that time. Grimaldi, Holdsworth, looking to stretch them. Ryan stumbled on his knees. Pass for Tonga. Bulldogs for the corner. Willie Tonga. Then pass for Utai. Nowhere to go right there. But this is side-to-side rugby league.
Well, the Dogs are actually enjoying this. They've probably come through a month of football where the teams playing against them have wanted to get into an arm wrestle and a grind. Now, that suits the Dogs. They don't mind that. They're pretty good at it themselves. But they've come up against a team that's prepared to throw the ball around. They've said, beauty, we'll do the same.
And the Tigers with it. And Payton and the referee has got them inside the 10.
Again, lovely little bit of work there from the Tigers. The cutout pass. The man that it goes across the front of, you watch, he motions as though he's going to catch the football, and then it goes to the outside man. It's just a little bit of deception that helps. Good understanding between the ball passer and the support players.
Prince finding the line.
Here it is, Tony.
Play will restart 5 metres inside the Tigers half. Almost forward on to Scandalis from the restart. The pass from Halatau. had a super final series last year, Dean Hallertau. Man of the match in the match against the Dragons. It was his career best game. Here's Payton. He's come through an early head knock in this match. 30 metres out from the line. Flanagan now out there for the Tigers. Crook old ball from Farrer on the inside for McDonald. That was hospital stuff. 25 metres out from the line, the Tigers with Prince. Kicks before the last, not his best kick, up into the arms of Patton. And quick to get the ground in the tackle of Elford. Phelps had to go rushing back to get to acting half, and this is El Masri. And this time it'll be the Tigers offside. We'll take a break. 9 Sunday footy. It's 6-0 the Dogs. Back here at Telstra. Sunday afternoon on Channel 9. Round 17 and counting down to Wednesday night. We'll have the decider for you in Origin from the Telstra Dome from 7:30. All on deck. Origin off to Melbourne and to decide this year's series. Bulldogs 5 metres inside the Tigers half. Patton for Holdsworth. Dummy in a run and into the clutches there of Hallertau. Inside the 40 with Grimaldi. A run, a look it up at them and then finds Azatazi went to go right over the top of Flanagan. Little hooker hung on. Now 22 metres out, Holdsworth. Loose ball from Hickey, play on the call. It's come out the back for Patton. Tackle count has restarted. They may only need one as the ball came off Sherwin to Williams. Lalise's had to make some big defence in this game. 5 metres from the line. So this counts as tackle number 1 right now for Grimaldi. And get him off his feet. Hyington, Scandalis there. Payton there. But in the shadows of the goalposts. Then Holdsworth sends them left and over goes Andrew Ryan. Look out. Last time he was dropped from Origin, he got 3 against Manly 2 years ago. He's got 1 here after 17 against the Tigers.
They're doing it nice and easy at the moment. The Bulldogs, the Tigers are really helping the opposition's cause. Penalties, mistakes early in the tackle count, and when the Dogs can get their bigger men one-on-one, they're going to be very hard to beat. Andrew Ryan, if he frees it there, you can see there he is. He's going to come up against, as play continues, Scott Prince, one-on-one, bang. And that's how they were able to score the first try. Hickey running at smaller men, coming back on the good angle. This time he didn't go through the gap, he went straight into the man, but he was only a metre out when the contact occurred.
Well, the Dogs will knock up scoring tries from close range if the Tigers don't come off their try line in defence. You saw there, the ball went 15 metres across field, and in that time, the Tigers only came a yard off their line. You're not going to hold on to these big Bulldogs forwards standing your ground a yard out from the try line. You've got to meet them if you want to beat them. Meet them to beat them, Bossy.
Gotcha. Meet them to beat them. Here's El Masri. Successful. 2 from 2. 12 points to nil. Tim Gilbert sideline.
When we saw Andrew Ryan run out onto the field at the start of the game, he was fired up. Plenty of pent-up aggression, no doubt, after missing Origin 3. And we saw it then. Big, strong, fast, like he used to be back in Dubbo out in the centres.
Yeah, felt desperately sorry for him when the team came out last Monday. Played all 80 minutes of the first 2 matches in the series. He feels unfinished business, the decider, the series on the line.
I can only assume they forgot him. I can only assume somehow in the meeting they forgot Andrew Ryan.
Here's Azatazi with the ball for the Bulldogs. But it was 2004. He was dropped for game 3 of that series. Bounced back on the following Sunday. Man of the match, 3 tries against Manly. See how it pans out this afternoon. Grimaldi and Utah. Low down in the tackle of Hyington. 38 metres out from the line. Grimaldi, Hickey to halfway. He's done well in the starting side. Big Hickey.
He's a good player, mate. He played good against the Storm last week when he came on.
And a kick from Holdsworth. He's got a little gap there between McDonald and Elford. Trapped. Back heel, more or less, there from McDonald.
And the Bulldogs have just shown other teams how to react to scoring points. A great set of 6 coming out from the restart. The kick was a good one. The chase was excellent. Now 2 tackles into the opposition's use of the football. They're only 18 out from their own line under pressure again.
Flanagan is smashed in the tackle. 3 of them lined him up. Utah finished it off. Well, Flanagan's first attempt to tackle, he got steamrolled. And then his first run of the football, he got absolutely nailed.
Well, Willie Tonga has doubled it up on Chris Hynt in the next tackle, and there's another two players in, belting the opposition. Last tackle now.
Farah has to kick and kick them out of trouble. Oh, nice skills there by Patton on the runner track. That can't be easily done, surely. Watch these hits again, back-to-back from the Bulldogs.
Like a pack of wild dogs, the Bulldogs. When one barks, they all bark. When one bites, they all bite. That's just how dogs are. It's in the woodwork over there.
It's almost not fair when you see that back for young Flanagan. He copped the shoulder of Hickey. That was bad enough. And then the Utah got him in the ribs. Grimaldi, Matua on with Williams holding it up as Atazi running like a setter. They are on a roll, the blue and whites here, the Bulldogs. 35 metres out from the line. Matua 25 away. And Tigers in a bit of trouble. Last tackle. Sherwood bombs high. Here's a tough one for McDonald. In fact, Elford will get the call. Good communication. And 20-metre restart.
Well, a lack of communication in the kicking game there from Brent Sherwood. He kicked back towards the posts, yet all the chasers were out on the left-hand side, rushing through, waiting for the wide kick. Comes back, but nobody on this side of the field chased, and he was interfered with as well in his attempt.
He's lost the ball. Williams took a play at it, and the rule knock on. First one against the Tigers.
Well, there's no doubt Sonny Bill Williams rakes this ball out. So is this a knock-on against the Tigers? Well, maybe that last touch there as he tried to retrieve.
He's a good player, Sonny Bill Williams. I've been watching him off the ball. He's a great team player because not only will he do his own work, he'll hit it up at the start of the centre six, he'll lurk out wide, he'll run you a decoy, he'll be a support runner. I've been watching him off the ball. He is a tremendous team footballer, not just a star in his own right.
31 metres out, here he is again. Sonny Bill, dozen games for the season. This is his 12th game for the year today. Only a handful last year. Sherwin on, Ryan, Tonga, trouble this time down that left side. Good tackle though by Collis. Two good young centres out there, Tonga and Collis. Now Ryan again, in search of a second try. He'll get the goal, Andrew Ryan, he's held up. All the while, Prince had hold of the ball.
They're really having trouble with his big right arm fend there. He likes to carry the ball in the left arm, and he's very strong with that right arm in holding you off. They've got to come to terms with that.
Bulldogs camped inside the Tigers 20. Already with 2 tries. Last tackle here for the Bulldogs. Grimaldi, Holdsworth, little kick, gets it in goal. Elford's able to watch it go over the dead ball line. Phelps thought he was there. 9 Sunday football, 12-0.
Fishy business.
And the defending premiers are down by 2 converted tries. And Flanagan is back on tackle number 2, offside again. Got the markers, not standing square.
Off to the side.
And that helps the Tigers. It's been a bit of an onslaught here.
Yeah, 12-0, not easy to come from behind against the Canterbury Bulldogs, and it's imperative that they are the next to score in this game. At the moment they are still close enough. The lead gets any bigger, and all of a sudden the chase is too hard. Byington.
Forcing his run. Held by Holdsworth and Ryan. They're inside the Bulldogs 40. Been a while since they've been down this end. Now Scandalis, hit and spin, almost able to stand in that tackle of Matua. And this time with Robbie Farah. Did his own version of a hop and a skip, and then turn inside. 25 away, centre field, Flanagan runs across field, Farah-like, then links up with McDonald. 19 metres away from the line. Ken Holdsworth there in defence. Farah first receiver, small juggle. Prince inside. Galea stepping and slipping. Ran into the clutches there of Ahmed. Now for Scotty Prince. The kick back centre field. They've covered it up. It's the number 11. It's big SBW. And the Bulldogs are in possession inside their 20.
The Tigers don't like being bustled, do they? Here's Matt Utah straight up the middle of the ruck. On
On his hands and knees, he kept going and almost got back to halfway. Quick play the ball. Dogs are loving this. Patton weaves his way. Players getting back onside. 40 metres out. Look at this running now. Ryan out of acting half. Away for Tonga. Tonga taken to ground. The tackle of Tuaki. And how quickly. They're now again 25 metres out from the Tigers line. Tigers using up a lot of energy in defence. Last tackle, Sherwin. Try a high one again. This time angled across at Elford. Elford went up. El-Masri went higher. Hassan El-Masri is held up. Oh, that's a try saver from Lalisi.
Gee, it was a good take from Hassan El-Masri, and he looked certain to either score himself or find an outside support. But Jamal Lalisi, what a great take. Probably Cameron Phelps had to receive the football, he might have scored, but you can understand why El-Masri went on his own as another Tigers penalty relieves the pressure, and there's plenty of it their way at the moment.
He's limping a little after that take from Hassan El-Masri. Got up on the back of an opponent to get nice and high. Second tackle was the penalty, just the push from Ahmed. Nothing more to it than that.
Very unusual. I know we've got an interchange going on there now.
Tigers, Flanagan to centre field with Galea. No real speed or anything doing on that play. They took the tap restart and just went to centre field.
It's Galloway back out there for man you just saw on screen. It's John Scandalis.
Now up for Galloway. I'd like to see Galloway and Hickey head-to-head, maybe in the boxing ring even. They certainly are in the super heavyweight class. Here's Farah inside, Lalisi, quick hands. McDonald bounced away, but not away from Ryan. Got a very quick play the ball in, he just put it down on the deck. Then for Farah again. They're 12 metres out from the line. Flanagan, there's runners coming, it's Prince. Held up by Williams, only 2 metres away, exploded onto the ball, Scotty Prince. Last tackle, Flanagan, Farah, left footer again, it's going to be too strong. Back to the 20. Shaking the head from the Tigers fans.
He's doing his best, Robbie Farah, but he has to only be a short-term prospect in the number 7 jersey. I said on the footy show this morning, I think Daniel Fitzhenry has always been the preferred option when Benji Marshall has been out injured. I think the fact he'll be back in the next week or two, that'll be the man they'll look for to go to 6 and Prince back to 7. Farah much more effective at dummy half.
We've got a double blood bin at the moment. We've got Cameron Phelps, we had Shannon McDonald. He's being tended to by Andrew Leeds, the Tigers trainer. And now Phelps has got his troubles for the Bulldogs. Of course, the stoppage in play. We're back underway now. Sherwin Azatazi. Taken low down by Galea. It's a big week in Melbourne. Really looking forward to this one next week. 2 of the heavyweights of the comp. The Storm and the Broncos down at Olympic Park. It's normally one of the best drawing games down at Olympic Park as well for the Storm. All the Origin stars will be back on deck for that one. Williams another determined run. Handled though well by Galloway. 40 metres out, Sherwin on. Holdsworth playing with great confidence today. Here's Patton. Spun away there from Collis. Watch Luke Patton go. He's got too much speed for them. Light on his feet. They're going to check it with a video referee. But Patton with a bump and a fend and a step and speed, it was all there.
He's been an unsung hero for them this year so far, has Luke Patton. Quality performances week after week. Very safe. And here he is running onto a pass now. He goes behind a man in Dean Collis, who comes back, has every opportunity to make the tackle. This will be a try. He did very well to just use his speed to head across field, beat the centre, beat the fullback, and evaded anybody else for their third.
Don't even know why we're looking at this one. That's cut and dried. And I also think we shouldn't be looking at it, because had Luke Patton been tackled a yard out, no doubt play would have gone on. Well, that's just my little argument with the video referee. The Dogs are on fire. They're loving this. Everyone to a man has brought his boots for a game of football today, and they're feeding off each other. They're tackling hard, they're running hard, they're enjoying the latitude the Tigers are giving them to move the ball around. They've had a month of football where they've ground away, playing very tight, and this has brought Luke Patton into the play. And he's a nice mover. Pretty quick too. Good try to the Dogs.
I reckon he's just about the quickest over 40 metres at the club, Luke Patton. Gets the try, and Al-Masri will make it 3 from 3. 18 points to 0. 9 Sunday footy on the back of a try to the general, the number 1, Luke Patton for the Bulldogs. These are tough times for the Tigers. 18-0, 9 Sunday football. They've got the attacking ability to get back in this game, but it's their defence that's being tested here by the Bulldogs. Some outstanding rugby league from the Bulldogs today. Irvine now out there in 14 with a headgear. But it's been on from the opening minute of this game. The intensity at which the Bulldogs have played. Williams for Ryan. Have a look at this. Tonga now stretching out. He's got little Irvine in support. Can't get it to hand. Prince getting back onside. Has at least managed to knock the ball on and stop the flow.
Wasn't that pretty to watch? Lovely skills. Sonny Bill Williams changing direction, attracting a couple. The big right arm offload. Ryan finds Willie Tonga. 2 former Parramatta players. Then Daniel Irvine, the newest signing for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Couldn't get through the pass, but behind him, Prince knocks on.
Bulldogs 35 metres out from the line. Now to the right side, Rennie Matua, good tackle there by Payton. Now 25 away. Irvine gets another run. They're inside the 20. Again, Payton in defence, Sherwin holding it up, all the confidence in the world, all the time in the world. Ryan out for Tonga, and he's held by Collis. They're 9 metres away from the line. They've scored 3 tries already in the first half. Holdsworth's kick came off the leg there at Galloway. The bounce doesn't go the Tigers' way. And a penalty to the Bulldogs for offside.
And despite the fact they'd love to go for more, you'd think that they would take the 2 points here to put them further than 3 converted tries in front. That's the signal now. There might be plenty more points to come as well.
That was the best understatement of all time, Vossi. The bounce isn't going for the Tigers. Nothing's going for the Tigers at the moment. And all of it because the Bulldogs are forcing the pace. The Tigers do not want to get involved in the battle of the heading. And the Bulldogs are relishing it. They're going in harder on every 50-50 play. The Bulldogs are just going in harder than their opponents. The little fella's enjoying it. He probably doesn't know about the last 30 years at the Bulldogs, but sure enough, he'll enjoy the next 30.
I bet he loves this bloke too, Hazem El-Masri. Up in the 80% mark again, 83% this year. 20 points to 0. Bulldogs over the Tigers. Tim Gilbert sideline.
Yeah, I've still got to say, beware the wounded Tiger. Corresponding game last year, 18-6. The Dogs were up. I know they're up a little bit more today, but they've got plenty of try-scoring potential, the Tigers.
They played a beauty here last year, round 3, 37-36 was the full-time score. Prince scored kicked the field goal to win the game in the final minute. As McDonald restarts play, put a bit of angle on that one that time, and Williams is with it for the Bulldogs.
Well, I'm pretty confident the Bulldogs will get their 36.
That game as being a great day for Braith and Nasta. Sonny Bill after that hit. The problem with the jaw. Now up comes Ryan O'Hara in defence. This was the tackle on Sonny Bill. It was the head clash. Ran straight into the head of Robbie Farah. Daniel Irvine back with Sherwin. Downfield for McDonald to catch on the full. From 10 metres out from his own line. In last week, fullback today, replacing Brett Hodgson. 25 away from their own line, Elford to centre field. The trainer's in trouble. Well, there was problems there. Leeds was stepping and running, and he almost got bowled over by Collis. They thought they had the overlap with Leeds out there. Slightly embarrassing.
I can't remember him having a sidestep when he played. Produced one there.
I reckon if you were playing the All Black forwards, you'd find one. Good hands on there to Tuaki. Heads back centre field. Strong defence on the inside from Irvine and Tonga. Last tackle.
Little flick on was by Collis. He's got a lot of class. Last tackle as Prince gets it out for Farah. They're going to run it. McDonald, that won't help the juggle. Squeezes the pass out the back. Flanagan on the bounce. What about this? Then Payton, he bounces the ball. Then gets a kick in. Got it to Patton. Payton to Patton. And Patton comes back for the Bulldogs. I was hoping Payton would make the tackle.
There wasn't a lot of Patton in the play either, so it was...
Oh, very nice. Bulldogs on there, 20. Irvine inside Matua, and there is Lalisi again. So aggressive today against his former club. El Masri, one of the rare times we've seen him run today from dummy half. 40 out from their own line. Irvine to centre field. Sherwin, and with it Hickey, got the first try of the day. Irvine, Sherwin kicks from just inside the Bulldogs half. Did a lot of work for Elford, a lot of work for McDonald today. This time it's the assignment of Elford to bring the ball back. And Irvine there to make the tackle. McDonald, Tigers want to attack right. Tuaki with it. Holdsworth there with Ryan. Both teams using 4 interchanges so far. And now a penalty to the Tigers. They've had a few of these inside their own half that have at least got them into position to attack the Bulldogs.
A lot of nitpicking penalties today for mine. I don't think it's been necessary to be blowing the whistle as often as they do. There's nothing wrong with those markers there. Just let the game go.
Galloway, Hickey there with Ryan front on. Head back to that Bulldogs 20 again. They're in desperate need of a try here. Their fans are trying to lift them right now. 15 away from the line. Flanagan, a dummy there to Farah, ducked under a high tackle. Well, he fell into it. He's been clipped over the top by Hickey. Hickey came charging in to make the tackle, and I thought Flanagan wasn't quite bolt upright, was he? But he certainly connected. There could be more trouble here once the video referee has a word to the referee.
Yeah, it was very careless, very lazy, being placed on report now, and rightly so.
The problem, Peter, here I got with the Tigers play, I mean, Farah's not playing at hooker, but they want their hooker to play like Farah. You know, Scotty Prince is playing at 5'8", but they want him to play like Benji Marshall. No one really looks comfortable in what they're doing. They're trying to be someone else.
I think you're trying to strengthen an area, but taking away one of your biggest strengths, and that is Farah out of the dummy half area. Chance now, first tackle, plenty up their sleeve.
Flanagan, Farah, Scandalis, runs straight and held in the tackle of Armand and Williams. 5 away from the line. Tigers down by 20. Flanagan dumps it off. Farah goes on the spin and just backs into the tackle of Irvine. In front of the Bulldogs post right now. Flanagan, decoy runner came through. Prince then got it away. Hyington's picked up and driven. Good tackle by Irvine. Payton it was driven back. Now for Prince, fires it out wide. Gee, got some on that pass. Tuaki forced to come back infield. And Tonga around the legs. Now Collis, last tackle. Prince this time has been knocked down by the Bulldogs. Maybe an off the leg play on. He's done a real first knock on against the Bulldogs. Tigers get a scrum feed, still on for them.
It's a fair bit of confusion here for the Tigers. They need something good to go for them, just a little bit of incentive. Something to settle down the nerves and something to stop them looking at the scoreboard and that 18-0 deficit. It could come from an early kick in the tackle count. It could come, I think, from an inside pass or maybe a dummy and go yourself. Something a bit unusual.
Little scrum play right up the middle. They broke through for Galea to take a run at the line. That was beautiful as well. Oh, they put it down. It was dropped by Collis. It's been lost. It's gone to the in goal, and that chance is squandered.
Wasn't it a nice scrum play? So look how this unfolds.
They've tried this before. He goes straight back up the middle of the scrum. Everyone separates and he goes up the middle. They've tried that before.
And then Collis lost the ball on the back of that. So they only had one tackle at them. That is hardly a build-up of pressure.
Well, they're tackling so hard, the Bulldogs, aren't they? I mean, I don't know if they're going to come out in the second half and do that. The Tigers will be hoping they don't, but Tigers have got to come to terms with it shortly.
You've got to say, the Bulldogs are a notoriously bad second-half side. Certainly over the last few years, many games last year kept scoreless, in fact.
Something about them this year, Bossy. I think they're warming up to something.
They're 25 metres out from their own line with Patton. And then Sherwin. Taking the ground in the tackle of Skandalis. He's been hurt here, Sherwin. The full weight of Skandalis on your back, but it's his right ankle that's the problem there for the Bulldogs, number 7. Monitor that situation. McDonald's with the ball here for the Tigers. Chased down there by Dallas McElwain. This is a problem for the Bulldogs. Sherwin been back in the top grade since round 11. And he's going to go straight to the sideline. I think he's a real concern for them. This was it. He was hit over the top. You watch Skandalis come over the top of him there while the leg is still held by Galea.
Well, he's staying out there at the moment as another penalty goes the Tigers' way. If Sherwin comes off, you'd imagine that Grimaldi would go to 5'8", Holdsworth to half, and the duration Irvine at dummy half for Skandalis as well to take it inside the 30.
Well, it's the last set they'll have before half-time, the Tigers. Flanagan for Farah, Prince, and then inside for Galea. Galea's just inside the 20. Tackle low down, they only just had him, Armand. 15 out from the line, Farah decides to dummy and run. Kept it alive, they need a good bounce. It's into the hands of Collis. Collis is able to offload. Back for Flanagan. Superb defence from the Bulldogs at the finish. 20 seconds on the clock before half-time. Then Hyington for Prince into the arms of Payton. He spat the pass back quickly. Now there's a chase for Lisi. And Patton's across there to take it dead.
Well, there you are, two of the things that I just suggested a little time ago. A little bit of a dummy and run. Use your decoy runners and get in behind them. And then a kick early in the tackle count. Beautiful hands by Payton. But here's the kick. Defence is up. And Alessi, certainly his eyes opened up, but Patton was too quick to get across and defuse it. They're the types of plays that just might crack it open for the Tigers. Players will leave the field.
Well, it's been a wonderful first half for the Bulldogs. Tries to Hickey, to Ryan, to Patton. 4 goals, El Masri. Leaves us with a scoreline of 20 points to 0 in 9 Sunday football. Stay with us, second half, other side of this break. Then second half in 9 Sunday football. 3 tries to 0, 20 points to 0. And it's Daniel Holdsworth who goes deep. Fielded by Prince. Callaway becomes the red-headed front rower. Tackle number 1 outside the 10. Now Flanagan down the right for Hyington. The Bulldogs. Steve Funk's a hard marker, but there'd be a lot of ticks next to the checklist from that first 40 minutes, I would think. Some of their defence has been ferocious. Some good attack. Here's Callaway. 38 metres out from the Tigers line. Holdsworth, Ryan in the tackle. Flanagan with a run. Little one-handed pass. Right, it was low down for Hyington to try and gather in.
Unfortunately for the Tigers, I think it's a Matt Utai knock-on. Flick out the back. In fact, no, it's not. There was the original knock-on there.
Well, there's 2 questions to be answered here. A, will the Bulldogs go on with it? They often do this, come out and blow away a side in the first half and then just cruise through the second half. And the second question is, have the Tigers got the spirit to come back? Do they honestly believe they can have an impact in the next 40 minutes? Won't have to wait long to find out.
Now Irvine for McElwain. He was going forward, then ended up getting pushed back 5 metres in the tackle of Payton. And also Farah now down the short side with Sonny Bill Williams. Trying to get the ball away. It's been fielded by Phelps, and the tackle count has restarted for the Bulldogs. A little bit of luck about that. Not every Tigers supporter here happy with that decision. And Armit will be called to play at 25 metres away from the Tigers line. Galloway, Skandalis, the two Tigers front rowers, made the tackle. Here is Sherwin. Inside, nice hands on for Williams from Big Hickey. They're now 19 metres away from the line. Irvine for Sherwin, seems to be moving okay. Hickey upended in the tackle, good stuff. But it's going to have to be more goal line defence from the West Tigers here. Irvine, and out they come. Sonny Bill Williams flick out the back. That's how easy it's done. Phelps on to Hazem El Masri. Hazem's over. He's already got 12 points in the match. He got 34 against them back in round 2. It's 24-0.
What about the involvement of Sonny Bill Williams? I reckon he's handled 3 times in this set of 6, albeit an extended set of 6 with the 6 again. But the big fella has been everywhere. And this, well, there's nearly no defence to it. This is Gene Miles-like. The ability to bring in 2 men and create the overlap with a little flick pass, and El Masri runs back into the field of play to go back into the in goal to improve his position. Beautiful ball on the outside.
Very flexible, Shane Elford, isn't he?
I suppose that's one way to defend it. But that's danger signs for the Tigers. They didn't come off their line at all. Said during the week they've had their chance to claw their way back into this competition a few times, the Tigers, and come up short. Today, big Sonny Bill Williams, what did you call him, Bossy? SBW?
That's him.
SBW has taken them to the cleaners.
El Masri already with 4 from 4 to convert his own try. Tasty stuff for Hazem. 5 from 5, Tim Gilbert sideline.
Yeah, Steve Folkes will be very pleased with that. He said at half-time, just more of the same guys, more of that intensity, and they go out to a bigger lead. Now, Brent Sherwin, that injury, a corked calf muscle, but he's out there smiling. Doesn't seem to be giving him too much trouble.
See, I've seen talents like Sonny Bill Williams, big kids who can really run the ball and do special things with it. And as their career goes on, they sit back and just wait for the big play. They lurk out wide, they won't do the hard work. This bloke will do the hard work and then still make himself available as a decoy runner, a support player. He works off the ball, and then he's there for the big play again anyway. He's some talent.
Now Andrew Ryan, outside the 20s. We mentioned in the first half, you know the story. Only 5 games in first grade last year for Sonny Bill, having been a member of the grand final side the previous year. Irvine, and away with Hickey. Galloway and Flanagan with their Irvine. Sherwin, that kicks from just outside the 40. He ran up over the red line. McDonald's got across there. Links back up with Elford. No high kicks this time.
They've just got great versatility, don't they, the Bulldogs? You know, you've got Mason, O'Mealy and Miles missing this afternoon. Rennie Matua, he can play at the centres for you. He's playing lock forward this afternoon. Mentioned Tony Grimaldi, he's at hooker, but he can also play at 5'8", as he's done in the past. And he's just got great versatility at his disposal, Steve Folkes, as the Tigers. And now the short side through to Lisi, who's probably been the Tigers' best, certainly the most aggressive.
That's been the case since the opening minutes of this match for the Lisi today. Up to halfway, first 5 minutes of this second half. Farah, Tigers are doing it real tough. They were beaten in the last 6 minutes last week by Penrith when they thought they were getting back on a roll. And Skandalis for Flanagan. Prince with it. Sort of kicking left, forced to kick right under the pressure of Irvine, and it's out on the full. Let's break in 9 Sunday football, 26-0.
It's the biggest football match
Here at Telstra Stadium, the Bulldogs have added 6 to their half-time lead. Getting a restart of play on halfway after a kick out on the full by Scott Prince. Payton grabbed the legs there of Armit. And now with Irvine, Hickey works forward for another 5 metres. Irvine, quick hands on from Holdsworth. That time Prince getting up. Couldn't prevent an offload from Ryan. Back for Patton. Patton's inside the 30. Tremendous support player, Luke Patton, for the Bulldogs. Daniel Irvine, Holdsworth, Sherwin. Sherwin's knocked off his feet there by Galea. 28 metres out from the line. Still got a quick play the ball in. Shifty Sherwin. Now Sonny Bill shows us a grubber. And fielded there by Shannon McDonald. And McDonald wants to chance his arm across field. And held in the tackle of Tonga. This was the tackle of Galea, getting a nice push on Sherwin. No damage done. Farrow's back into dummy half now. Prince on for Hyington. He's back to the 30. Here is Flanagan. Scandalis. Williams and Ryan there in defence, finished off by Irvine. But to concede a try so soon after half-time has really created flagging spirits here for the Tigers. Deep kick, it was a good one. Well, Masri links up with his fullback. And Patton, excellent chase from the Tigers.
We've seen the West Tigers trail by big margins over the last season and a half. And the only thing that has concerned Tim Sheens has been what they do in the second half. So he'll want them to be positive, and to make sure that this game does not run away from them on the scoreboard.
Bengali called out here for the Tigers.
10 metres is where I'm standing. It's not where you tell me where to stand. That's where I'm standing. Get it through to you.
Well, Paul Simpkins is saying there. Sonny Bill Williams is getting a rest here. He's off to the bench. Simpkins may be back 12 metres. He may be back 11, 13, whatever. But you have to stand behind the referee. Ryan for Azatazi. And he's lost it. Now penalty goes the way of the Bulldogs again. This is frustrating stuff for the West Tigers. It's not as if the Bulldogs need a great deal of help on the form they've shown today. Nice leap at the ball from Tuaki, but he's come up a few centimetres short, and it'll be the Bulldogs with a free kick. Irvine, they've scored 4 tries today, 5 goals to Al-Masri. Azatazi with it. Azatazi 5 metres away from the line. Bulldogs fans in full voice now. A chance for Irvine to have a dash at them. Goal line defence again on show for the Tigers. Ryan throws deep back for Sherwin. Inside with Hickey, scored the first try today. He's involved in a lot of the play as well. Irvine, Sherwin. A come out wide, McElwain forced to come back in field. Can't offload in the tackle. He was spun down there by Galloway. Still 7 metres out. Sherwin. Jinks runs straight. Sandwich between defenders. Flanagan at the bottom of all that with Scandalis. Last tackle. He's been hurt again. No, he's okay. Just foxing. Sherwin. Holdsworth. Holds up the kick. Fielded there by Collis. That's an anti-climax.
That sort of centre six shows you how much improvement there is in the Bulldogs. I still don't think they're all that fluent in attack. I don't think that Sherwin and Holdsworth give them all that much creativity, but they're still winning football games. When that clicks into place, they're going to be a hard team to beat.
Donald away for Galea. Put a big fend there on Moran. The hang on. Moran getting his first football for the day. Now Scandalis. Nice tackle. Straight up in his face was Daniel Irvine. He was making a fine fist of his first great time here at the Dogs. Charge down Holdsworth. Holdsworth comes up with it. Away for Tonga. There'll be some celebrating now for Willie Tonga. He is one of the aces up their sleeve. And that is try number 5 for the Bulldogs.
Well, there are 2 different thoughts on charge downs. Sometimes they're counterproductive, just give the opposition back the ball for another set of 6. But this time Daniel Holdsworth has come up with the ultimate reward for the pressure he's putting on the kicker. Willie Tonga back in action this weekend along with Matt Utai on that far side. And Scott Prince looking to kick low, looking to kick through gaps instead of over the top. And Willie Tonga scoring under the posts. He just didn't get that one right. But Holdsworth was coming forward, got the bounce, found support.
Well, that's the key to it. He wasn't the only one coming forward. One went up to put pressure on the kicker, but the rest kept coming. That gave the support for the try.
Well, Masri bangs over yet another one on on the back of Willie Tonga scoring the try, and it's 32-0 in 9 Sunday football.
Go on and flaunt it, baby. Sexy.
Of some high scores in matches between these two clubs. Sadly, though, for the Tigers today, it's been just the one team posting the points. As we said, the Tigers did get them in round 24 last year, 54-2. Earlier this year, the Dogs got them 47-12. That was back in round 2. And now 32-0 today. And El Masri has got 48 points for the year against the Tigers. That's a fair stat. No trouble here for Irvine. A bit of pain around the ribs after that tackle. 12 minutes into the second half. This was back in round 2 when he had a night out. He got 34 points. He scored 4 tries down that right wing and kicked 9 goals.
Well, coming into this weekend, he was a leading try scorer with 13 and the leading point scorer. The last time that somebody went through that for the whole season and finished in that position with Mal Meninga way back in 1990. And he's putting himself in a position to equal that.
Irvine's back up and okay. Roy Azatazi taken down there of the tackle, Galloway. Irvine, Holdsworth gets a kick in from halfway, right in the corner, looking for the line. He's going to find it. All control there from the Bulldogs.
It's like a training gallop, isn't it? This is how you would train. Work it up, hold on to the ball, kick it, fine touch, kick it, chase it, tackle it.
Made plenty of the fact that there's no Benji Marshall this afternoon or Brett Hodgson, but they're a long way short of full strength, of course, the Tigers. No Anthony LaFranchi this afternoon. Bryce Gibbs is missing. Fadawira is still out with that hamstring problem. Daniel Fitzhenry, we mentioned him. He should be back in the next couple of weeks. So they've got some strike power to come back in apart from Brett Hodgson from Origin.
Free in this scrum, 10 metres out. They're going to have to decide whether they want to stick with some of the players. Though only Hodgson to come back, you would think, next week. LaFranchi a possibility. Tim Gilbert sideline.
Yeah, Rangi Chase just about to go on to the field for the Tigers, making his NRL debut. Went to school with Benji Marshall, New Zealander, plays halfback and hooker. Surprisingly, him and Bronson Harrison both yet to get a run today.
It's probably easy for him to come into a game 32-0 down. He's not going to make mistakes that are going to cost the side too dearly. And if it was 12 all, still you'd like to come back into your top-grade debut in a better situation.
Good point Tim makes, though, as Flanagan gets straight through the centre. 30 metres out. Support no more. Utah's just coat hanging in.
Look out.
22 metres out from the line.
Leave it to me, Ben. Leave it to me.
And Utah has come in and got him high.
He'll send him off.
Walk away.
This could be the first send-off of the year. I think the referee has got his bit between the teeth here. He'll wait for the okay. It's actually come up off the ball, but hitting fair on the chin. He will wait for the okay. I think he'll send him off.
Just back from suspension.
This might be the first one all year.
Andrew Ryan's out there as captain right now. Flanagan's back to his knees. I'll wait to see the injured player get back up before they deal out any treatment here.
Adrian Morley was the last player sent off in normal time last year in round 6.
Was that on Utah, the tackle?
Can't remember.
I get a feeling it might have been.
Plenty of blood up around the face of Stuart Flanagan, trying to stem the flow.
Look out.
Might have the ball. We thought there was intent there, you're gone.
Matt Utah sent off at 32 points to 0 with 26 minutes remaining. And the Bulldogs are down to 12 men.
That's a very interesting adjudication there by the referee. He said that it may have come up off the ball, but we feel as though there was intent there, enough intent to be sent.
And there it was. Certainly no intention to get much lower. And then the neck, Utah goes off. Tigers will hope to strike right here. So hold on, there's big drama here at Telstra. Harrison has his first touch of the ball. Rangi Chase is out there. Rangi Chase has been out there a few seconds. You'll remember this, a send-off. Now Prince inside Scandalis, slid and maybe collected the knees of one of the defenders coming through. purely accidental. Farah cut down from behind. Good tackle, Azatazi. All over his back. Rangy Chase with it is Prince, forced back into trouble. It just dribbled out of his hands. Chases with the ball. Kibra Park, the school up on the Gold Coast. Gallier out of acting half. Throws it back deep for Farah. They're lined up to the right. Prince has got them going there. Back inside for Harrison. He's only 5 out. He's taken to ground there by Ryan and Moran and Grimaldi. Slow play the ball on the last coming from Harrison. Rangy Chase gets it back for Farah. Another left footer looks strong off the boot. It is again. Not the first time today that's happened.
Well, I find that to be an amazing set of 6 from the Tigers. The left winger for the Bulldogs, Matt Utai, has been sent off. They're down to 12 men. And not once in that set of 6 did they look to attack down that wing. And then at the end of the set of 6, they decided to kick the other way. I don't understand.
Bulldogs with Moran. Oh, there's a strong charge that has put Skandalis on his backside here for the Tigers. He's in big trouble now. Big Skandalis went front on Moran. This is reminiscent of Gibbs and O'Mealy earlier this year.
It's a head clash. Yeah. They clunk noggins, mate. They clunk noggins. The man with the Uncle Fester head cut has just gone whooshka. Poor old Johnny's come off second best.
Play getting a few punctuation marks at the moment. Now, what are they going to do here? Skandalis. I forgot Flanagan. That was the free interchange after the send-off. This will count as one to take Skandalis off.
Ryan O'Hara coming to the sideline. He'll come into the action. And Skandalis is helped off by Andrew Leeds. A big scoreline, but still plenty going on in this game.
24 minutes remaining here at Telstra. Bulldogs and the Tigers. Here is Hickey.
Movement.
Back to the Bulldogs 40. Grimaldi as a Tazi. That may have been forward on the outside. McElwain on the end of that pass.
Release him.
Held 41 metres out from the line. Farrell was the defender. Grimaldi for Sherwin. Sherwin on Mutonga. He's held 25 metres out from the line. Now Sherwin, he's just going to kick it over the sideline. Or at least attempted. Fielded there by Elford.
But again, they've completed their set of 6, and that's the key for the Bulldogs. You hear a lot of commentators talking about completing sets of 6. The Tigers go wide out on the edges here.
Well, Collis is with it. He's over the 40. Plenty of blue and white jumpers coming across.
Commentators talk about teams completing sets of 6 and controlling the ball. The Bulldogs statistics today are alarming. From 29 opportunities with the ball, they've completed their set of 6 28 times, and that's resulted in the tackle count you see there. West Tigers have had to make nearly 200 tackles to the Bulldogs 150. But 28 completions from 29 opportunities with the ball by the Dogs. No wonder they lead comfortably.
Some quick hands here. Harrison looking to do the same there with O'Hara. And he's caught from behind by Azatazi. But it's the last tackle for the Tigers. And we're heading up to the final quarter of the game. Prince is going to send them on a chase. Collis had his hand up. Patton's got it covered. Not a good bounce. Over the head. They get through the Tigers. Well, we'll have to check. And Payton's got through there. I'm pretty sure that Collis got his hand to it. It's just whether it travelled forward. That's the decision. If he did, in fact, touch it.
Well, that's the only concern. And a reshuffle for the Bulldogs with Utai send-off. They're onside. That's fine. This is Cameron Phelps out on this wing. Willie Tonga, normally the left centre, has gone to the far side. The bounce, an awful one. He's touched that. I think that will be ruled a knock-on.
I'd say from where he touches it there to where it bounces, there's no doubt it gets closer to the Bulldogs' try line. Therefore, the ball has been propelled forward. That'll be no try.
I do remember one night at Oakey Jubilee. I've never been quite sure since.
I can remember dozens of them.
Doesn't get too many tries, Todd Payton. Got one in the grand final here last year. It's hardly the face of a bloke who's expecting to come up the big TRY here. So the decision comes through now, no try. Play the ball will go the way of the Bulldogs because it was the last tackle and the error as it is ruled, and the Tigers will have to wait a little longer for first points.
See, I just don't know why we need a video referee to decide that. Why can't the officials make a judgment on that? To me, that's not a video referee's call.
Phelps is with the ball. Don't want to sound smart after the event, but I think we all reached the conclusion after the first replay. You'd at least agree on that.
Well, I think we knew it before the replay, and I think the officials should know it before the replay. The linesman's 10 metres away, directly in line with it. The referee's there. If that had happened on halfway, what would they have ruled? They'd have ruled knock on. And we're going to sit around here in the cold while he goes through a dozen replays.
Please. Here's a penalty to the Bulldogs. You're on your own on that one about sitting around in the cold.
Well, I'm talking about the fans,
crowd, sure.
Not us. Not us. I'm talking about the fans.
In the beach shirt, Phil Gould.
I'm always referring to the fans, Wossie. I don't mean us.
Will you start kicking that heater and try not to spill that coffee anymore?
Dear.
But we're all solid with you, Phil. All solid with you.
Yeah.
Here is Holdsworth.
I saw that on the roast this morning.
Here's Asatazi. Big run. Oh, he's lost it at the finish. I was about to say to look good in a red and green jumper. Then he dropped the ball. Telepathically, I made him drop it. Now the Tigers with it. Farah goes left side. Galea able to offload. Tigers have got to try everything here. Just see what happens. Farah's back with it. And they're tackled 40 metres out from their own line. And it's 32-0, but the send-off of Matt Utai with 26 remaining. One of the big stories out of this match. O'Hara now the hit-up. Wimbledon continues action tonight. In fact, tomorrow night from 10:35, the traditional Sunday off. Leighton Hewitt still in contention. Now Robbie Farah on for Prince and got it out to the wing where Utai would have been, but not all the way. Ryan was there to shut it down. 20 metres out from the line. Prince comes back to centre field. The Tigers just can't find that magic at the moment. Kept alive there by Harrison, maybe this time. Lalisi with it. Lalisi, oh, he's gone double movement. It'll be double movement, no try.
For a double movement there, Tim.
No doubt about it. The ball was grounded short of the line. He couldn't resist putting it over.
He had the right idea. He hit with his shoulder and spun away from the defender to try and give him this little bit of extra space he needed. But that will be a double movement. There's no momentum taking the ball over the line. He's grounded short. The elbow touches the ground as far as I'm concerned. The ball carrying the arm does. He promotes it. So from one corner to the other corner, still no joy.
Video ref today is Stephen Clark, and there's no try this time, a penalty. Bulldogs fans happy again in 9 Sunday football with 19 minutes remaining.
Sunday football brought to you by Wizard Home Loans. We say why not? And Holden. Drive on.
£32-0. Tigers have had 2 video ref decisions go against them. Both occasions, the officials have got it right, it must be said. No hard luck stories there. Here's Grimaldi. Number 2 hasn't seen much football this second half. He's about to get back in there now for the final 20. Still feeling this after the send-off of Utah. High tackle on Stuart Flanagan. Grimaldi's got the markers offside, then runs at Harrison. After he'd run 10, Harrison's allowed to make a grab. And they're on their footy now. The Bulldogs. Tonga. Infield for Asatazi. Held their front on by Hyington. O'Hara over the top with Galea. This is Sherwin. And then Tonga on the bounce. Then away for El Masri. Had the ball stripped there by Elford. Would have almost been a knock-on against Elford. He definitely played at the ball. So Tigers come up with it on halfway. Farah Let it sing, they're saying. Prince out for Collis. Collis away for Tuiaki. Phelps on the wing, got inside Phelps. Thrown to ground by Ryan and by Holdsworth. Prince. Farah. Had a man inside, that was Reggie Chase, but was held by Rennie Matua. 28 metres from the line. Grimaldi just stands over the mark, and then Farah gets up and puts the push and shove in. So a penalty for that last week against Manly. This was it, not too happy. Frustrated number 7 today. First time he's wore the 7 on his back in first grade. Ball goes out in front of Prince, fielded there by Galea. Falling apart for the Tigers now. Prince goes out. Shannon McDonald. Shannon McDonald watching speed. Shannon McDonald has tackled 9 metres out from the line. Last tackle. They've got to go right. They're all lined up there. Farah, left foot kick. Patton and Phelps are there. Phelps has got the ball and he'll take it back to the 20.
Denying at all costs the Bulldogs. Luke Patton coming out with a try-saving tackle on the opposing fullback. Beautiful on his feet. We pointed that out before kick-off. And if he hadn't been ankle-tapped by Patton, he'd have been in under the post, and then Cameron Phelps, as I pointed out, has moved down onto this left wing, vacated by Utai. Comfortably diffuses that bomb.
Middle. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa.
And a false start. Grimaldi thought he'd catch him offside. He just quickly ran back. Took the restart of play. The Bulldogs could cruise home from here, even though they have got 12 men. 17 minutes remaining. You think about for and against in such a tight table. You don't want to concede any cheap points late in the game. For and against will decide places inside the 8 and maybe on the fringe of it as well. Ryan tackled by Rangi Chase and O'Hara. They're 45 metres out from the line. Sherwin for Azatazi. Straight to ground in the tackle low down there of Halatau. And that is the last for the Bulldogs. Sherwin showed his hand before the kick for line. Holdsworth has gone for the corner this time. He won't mind if it goes dead. Soak up a little more time. Get their line set. On the 30. A whole lot of enthusiasm here from the Tigers to get the restart happening.
Well, they can't win the football game, the Tigers, but if this is basically the nucleus of the players that they'd be forced to go with in the next couple of weeks, and they've still got to get something out of the last 15-20 minutes of this game. Don't concede any more points. They've got the Sharks next week in a television game on the Sunday. Need to take something into that. Tim Gilbert, sideline.
Yeah, Peter, there may still be another dimension to this game weather-wise. Those grey clouds, very ominous up above.
Cold supporters, as Gus said, they're going to get wet. Hopefully there's no more video refereeing decisions.
He'll be all right, that money.
Gus is fine. Now the ball, Prince. High over the top for Collis. Collis then steps inside, Phelps. I like watching Dean Collis play. Don't know about his play the ball though. Ryan comes back with the ball.
Well, the play ball was all right. There was just no dummy half.
Let's go in on 10.
No dummy half. He goes around and picks it up. And he's going to rule Tuaki's offside when he wasn't the defending team, he was the attacking team. I find that a strange one. He doesn't have to be back 10 metres. His team had the ball.
You have to really think about that one. You have to watch it back. I think you're 100% right.
Well, I think
trying to work it out.
I think I am too.
Grimaldi, Azatazi, driven across field there by Harrison and Reggie Chase.
Release him.
25 metres from the line. Well, if they are to be semi-final opponents later in the year, the Bulldogs will have a couple up on the Tigers, a couple of big wins over them. Round 2 and round 17. Here's Sherwin. Sherwin throws it back for Patton. Look out. Luke Patton. Got a try in the first half. 5 metres out from the line. There's a leg pull from Ben Galea. In fact, he's got him for putting the ball on the ground and levering himself up.
Hang on. The time he took your leg, you had the ball on the ground. You've got to pick it up with you. You pick it up with you, you get the penalty. Off you go. already explained it to him. Thank you.
On the speed of trying to play the football, players do put the ball down. Now, the referee has ruled that he didn't get to his feet, although he was denied by the opposition.
Well, he looked like he was on his feet to me, and then his feet pulled from under him.
And now Farah out for Prince. Great hands by Prince for O'Hara. 5 short of halfway. The referee has an expectation that you'll get to your feet with the ball and your hands not on the ground, is what Simpkins ruled. He had to rule one way or the other there, but you'll see 100 like it that go the other way, I guarantee you. Here's Hyington, 30 metres away from the line. Bulldogs keeping the Tigers scoreless. Here is Prince. Farah overlapped that side. Galea kept alive. Harrison intercept. The magic man, Hazem El Masri, chased from behind by Shannon McDonald. McDonald's going to chase him and get him. 5 metres out from the line. Oh, Hazem just couldn't get there. He's a stayer, Hazem, he's not a sprinter. Then the ball comes for Holsworth. Sonny Bill's out the back. You can't stop him on from a tour. The Tigers have scrambled on the goal line. Exciting play. The Bulldogs with Williams back for Holdsworth, then on for Armit. Low down tackle there by Payton. Hazem El Masri flicks this one up. May have been played at there by Elford. Williams is with it. He can stretch his arm out. He certainly tried. Still on the goal line. El Masri, Holdsworth on for Sherwin. There's Patton. Patton out for Cameron Phelps. This is the side where Utai would have been. Then back for Andrew Ryan. Held in the tackle of Prince. Last tackle, the Bulldogs. Phelps, Sherwin didn't get a good pass. Lost it, knocked it on. Was put under pressure.
Well, that will please Tim Sheens. Firstly, a great chase from Shannon McDonald, but then they were odds on to score on the far side through Rennie Matua. But the Tigers got numbers over there to deny him and did so again for the next 4 rucks. Hazem El Masri, surprise, surprise, intercept coming into.
This was Wentworth Park stuff, Gus, this chase.
Yeah, he had his measure a long way from home, but I don't know how many times we've said it over the last 5 years in commentary. When you think you've got an overlap on Hazem El Masri, throw a dummy anyway. He will come up with the ball.
Dean Collis gets another touch and tackled by Andrew Ryan. Ryan dropped from Origin in his stats today, 24 tackles, 10 hit-ups, and a try as well. Prince run around there with Galea, then on the bounce. Simpkins had the whistle to his mouth, didn't blow it. There was almost a chance for another intercept there. Last tackle. It's had some drama this second half. Farah gets a kick back to centre field. Patton will take as much time as he likes with this one. Links up with Phelps. And then Phelps just slides down. Quite a heavy fall, really. And he too will soak up some time. Grimaldi. Williams back there to take the first hit up. Origin Wednesday night. Live on Channel 9 from 7:30. Out of the Telstra Dome in Melbourne. Origin indoors this year. Grimaldi. Ryan. Even today, Dean Young will be the 18th man for New South Wales. And the St George Illawarra Dragons. Here's Patton. Now Sherwin. Last tackle, Bulldogs. 35 metres from the Tigers' line. Grimaldi, Holdsworth. He'll kick it over the sideline. Inside the final 10 minutes.
Just reward for Dean Young. I mentioned the fact earlier in the season that he wasn't involved in City Country, which is very surprising.
This is some of the defence today, Sterlo, not just about Bulldogs' attack.
Well, this is what they set their victories up on. Bulldogs. Tigers replied in kind on a couple of occasions, but not as consistently as the Bulldogs, who score points off their defence better than any team in the competition. Alice McElwain about to come into the game as the Tigers win the scrum. Lisi tackled centre field, 25 out from his own line.
32-0. Ringy Chase linking up there with Payton. And another penalty now to the Tigers. Well, there's been a high penalty count. It's not one of those games of late where we've had a 3-2 count or 2-all. 18 penalties.
Well, that's what happens. You start off nitpicking in the play the ball area, and all of a sudden the penalties get away from you. Then you start to be consistent because I penalised for that earlier. I've got to do it again, and now we're up to, what, 18 penalties, 19 penalties for the game. Too many, and a lot of them unnecessary.
We've had a send-off as well of Matt Utai.
No problem with the send-off. Send-off is a good decision. He's made 200 good decisions in the game, but he's just made some bad ones.
Farrell away to Galloway. Galloway taken across field. He was held by Armit, still able to offload. Gillies with the ball. Gillies gets inside the 30. There's a Tazi there to make the tackle. Prince, one of them running straight, appeared to be the signal from dummy half. Galloway does that. Gets a quick play, the ball in. Now Reggie Chase across field, just like Robbie Farah. Then links up with Halatau. Good defence under pressure, the Bulldogs. Cameron Phelps. Halatau not all that well after the tackle. Farah out to the left side. Prince has got Shannon McDonald inside. He turned Azatazi around and then superb defence. Armit was the man who gathered him in. Back for Prince. Last tackle play. They're looking for their first try. Phelps doesn't handle. Chuiaki gets the ball. And they'll check for interference on Phelps this time.
Check for interference and also to see whether another West Tigers player got his hands in there and possible knock on. Phelps looking up at the big screen to see if he can get a clue. Chase is well and truly onside. Just the one player out there in the blue and white jersey. He's knocked back off Dean Collins. I think it's a fair contest at the football. He's got every right. He's looking at the football all the time. I don't think he's played the man. He's played the man, it's a penalty.
I don't think there's any problem at all. We don't look to do that anymore. I can tell you on the put down, he nearly bounces the ball. If you're frame by framed it, you might get a shock. But it will be a try. I'm happy with that.
Decision is try. Tigers have had to wait a long time for their first 4-pointer. 73rd minute, and it's 32-4. Chuaki gets it in only his 7th game.
This is what we said earlier. It's the first real time they've got any advantage out of the fact Utah's been sent off. They've bombed across there.
Chuaki and Prince's first choice goal kicker.
He's tried hard this afternoon, Scott Prince. It's just difficult without his partner in crime. So much more has gone back onto his shoulders.
Prince's kick, this one. His first one hits the post. 32-4. Tim Gilbert sideline.
Yeah, good little play by the Tigers, but it just goes to show how strong this defence of the Bulldogs has been. They had to go to the air to get their first points. They've had great completion rate in attack. There's the try again, but the Bulldogs' defence amazing this afternoon.
Sterlo, your Tigers coach Tim Sheens, what do you do next week? 6 and 7, we're going to see it against the Sharks. Hodgson comes back. You'd like to keep McDonald somewhere in the side.
Well, I wouldn't be playing Robbie Farah at halfback. I'd be looking at the other options, as again mentioned this morning. Brett Hodgson, I don't want to really move him from fullback either, but he has played a lot of first-grade halfback back in the Western Suburbs Magpies days, and even sometime at Parramatta. I think if Daniel Fitzhenry is okay, then he would probably go to 5'8", outside Scott Prince, and leave Hodgson at fullback and Farah as your dummy half hooker. You don't try and strengthen a weakness by weakening one of your great strengths.
He's ringing Chase after another run from Shannon McDonald. Halatau's okay. 5.5 minutes remaining in this one. Todd Payton's got away from Holdsworth and then got it away for Chuiaki. He's got away from Patton. He's left him behind. It was like a steamroller. Now he passes back for Reggie Chase to get his first try in first grade. I would have been worried about running it behind the posts. He wanted to give the kid a try.
What was that? No.
No one has explained to him about for and against in a tight competition. Firstly, the fact an extra pass is thrown that doesn't need to be. Nice work, Todd Payton. Great work, Chuaki, to get himself away from Holdsworth and Luke Patton, but you go yourself under the posts, not take it away to make the conversion more difficult, and also the opportunity of Chase somehow dropping the football, which it wasn't on the chest.
No, boys. I will expect Coach Sheens at some time during the week to pull those boys together and say no.
I also think it's a touch embarrassing too, chasing his first game, your first try. You want to score it the way that tries should be scored, not an offload when you're already over the line, somebody else in possession.
Do you pull out the old Max Mannix video and show Rangy Chase and Joe Chuaki on that one, on debut?
Of course you do.
And now look at Scotty Prince. He's got a kick from 12 metres in from touch. He could have been kicking from adjacent to the posts. He'll get it over at least anyway. So thankfully a happy ending. 32 points to 10. Bulldogs over the Tigers. But the tries have come down the side where Matt Utai would have been had he not been set off.
I'm all for having fun. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having fun in football, but that was totally unnecessary. And I don't know that it wasn't called for by the try scorer. This man should have been running around underneath the posts. No.
It's nice that a veteran like Chuiaki in his 7th game is prepared to give away a 4-pointer too.
Anyway.
Here is Holdsworth. Gets the restart. Tigers finishing with a rush, and Harrison comes back and runs straight up at Rennie Matua. Tim Gilbert sideline.
Yeah, a couple of consolation tries for the Tigers, Andrew Ryan, but an 84% completion rate for you guys.
Yeah, that was something we spoke about through the week, ball control and obviously our defence, because they're a quality side and we need to be on for 80 minutes today. But yeah, a couple of tries at the end, which is disappointing, but with 12 guys with 25 minutes to go, our defence has been solid, so pretty happy with that.
The decider on Wednesday night, no doubt watching it with mixed emotions.
Yeah, obviously, hopefully the Blues boys get up. Love to be there, but unfortunately it's not the case. But very happy with the win today, and that's my concern at the moment.
Thanks, Andrew.
Cheers, mate.
Lost ball now from Rangy Chase. Andrew Ryan, a classy bloke, has handled his axing very well. Well, I think a lot of our viewers would be saying you'd be dirty on the world.
Yeah, it's a good term you give there, classy bloke. It's been a class performance from the captain. A real captain's knock. No signs of the obvious disappointment he must be feeling. And he's led his team from the front, scored a try. Defence has been solid, 26 tackles, 11 hit-ups. He too has worked hard off the ball.
Now Sonny Bill Williams got around, showing us the step, then the one-handed offload out the back. They're never going to stop him there. Hazem El Masri. Andrew Ryan will be watching the Channel 9 coverage from 7:30 on Wednesday night. And we stay in Melbourne for the Storm against the Broncos. Footy show Thursday night, big wrap-up on Origin. Sherwin, Rennie Matua, Grimaldi. The tackle low, it needed to be. Payton, Prince, Sherwin, Holdsworth, 20 metres out. Bulldogs want to be the last ones to score in this match. Matua rounded up. 32 points to 10. Inside the final couple of minutes now. Holdsworth, Sherwin. Well, they may find themselves an overlap on the right, even though they've got only 12 men. Williams flicked it inside. The Tigers' defence, there's a plea. The touch judge, the ball was lost.
Our man of the match today, Sonny Bill Williams, really getting back to close to his best. First time back to the back of the scrum today. He's been playing in the centre since returning from injury, but absolutely outstanding. Quality performance from one of the best young players in our competition.
Often late in a game, you see teams rushing up to get the clock stopped. Not here. Now they have got it stopped because we're trying to work out what's happening with Rennie Matua not up. And Wednesday night on air from 7:30. New South Wales looking for a 4th straight series, which would be a first, and Queensland looking for their first series win in 5 years. 2002 series was drawn. Don't write that off being a possibility. Wednesday night, a draw at the end of 80 minutes, and Golden Point may decide this year's series winner. Tigers with the ball, and Harrison will play it 42 metres out from the line at 32 to 10. Bulldogs going to advance to 22 competition points. Farah, Galloway, out the back for Farah, kept alive but on the deck. Still on for the Tigers. Payton round the back for Collis. It was forward. That'll be the last play of the game. The pass was called forward and the Bulldogs have got to win. They've beaten the Tigers, the premiers, for the second time this year, and it's a big one today. 5 tries to 2, 32-10. That's 9 Sunday footy. Stand by for National 9 News.